Well, anyway, hello. I'm still trying to figure out what fucking intro I want, but I can't figure it out yet. So, like, you know, like Emma Chamberlain does like a whole like little text, and I'm thinking of doing that, but I need a different software to make one that I have in my head. So I'm figuring out. But hi, you know who it is. Well, I think we've gathered that information. My name's Mia, if you didn't know. Not Maya, Mia. Welcome back to Growing with Caven. This is episode 2. How great is that? We made it, guys. I'm definitely in a much better place to where I was when I made the first episode, which is great. But I think what's great about this is that I can just talk about mentally, like collectively, what people go through, and that's fun. So I'm gonna do that. I think I'm going to start off with going with the flow. So this is something for my entire life I have struggled with, and I personally love seeing things like this, as in someone talking about something that they've struggled with their entire lives and they overcome, that I relate to, because it feels like, oh, actually it's possible to overcome it. Does that make sense? I don't know. But anyways, yeah, I've really always struggled with going with the flow because I have Virgo placements. I'm a control freak, okay? Like, I need to have everything under control. I need to know everything. And that's just not realistic. So I came to terms with that about recently. I won't even lie, like the last 2 weeks when I'm filming. But it's great, and it feels so much better than when I was trying to control everything. It's so much more freeing. And obviously I have videos up, all tomorrow is not guaranteed, and today is a new day. The morals that I have help with going with the flow, because if you have these morals of do things now so you don't regret not doing them later, and you can always restart, these morals allow you to go with the flow. To be honest, it's really hard to put into words how I got here, like in a better place. Like, it feels so, like, I'll tell you guys what I've been doing, but it feels so random. It kind of just feels like a spiritual shift. Like, there's no other way to really put it. And like, I've just naturally kind of grown over the past few weeks. I don't know, it literally feels impossible to put into words. What I've done to get to this point though is, like, actively I turned off my phone. Now it's been almost 2 weeks since I turned my phone off. I love it. I feel incredible. I think the lack of my phone not only just helps with like not spiraling, because I'm constantly in this mindset of I need someone to talk to, someone needs to talk to me, why are they not messaging me, what should I, you know, I'm just like, I don't know why. I think it's just an old habit, but like it's helping me get out of the habit by being off and like less paranoia, and like I'm a bit more active on socials now, but via my laptop, so I can't really endlessly scroll. I just go on, tweet, post, and like text friend on in my DMs. That's literally all I do. And that's good because like on my phone I will endlessly scroll. So I feel like I lose time on my phone and I lose control on my phone. And even though it's about going with the flow, you have to take control of your life in the sense that, you know, you don't let external forces, as in other people and things, dictate what happens. It's more so like you take control. Like, this is me taking control of, oh, by the way, this is a swimming costume, nothing else. Don't get ideas. It's just really fucking hot in London. There's a heat wave, dude. I'm struggling. I slept naked last night, okay? If it was up to me, I'd be walking around butt naked right now too, okay? But YouTube would take that down. That's a good piece. That's sweet. That's a good piece. Garbozi. If you didn't know, garbozi is watermelon in Greek. I left a couple friendships because they just made me uncomfortable. It wasn't anything they did, I just felt uncomfortable. And the friendships I do have, I can just like DM them on Twitter when I go on my laptop. Or they're my in real life friends and I see them. So it's just so unnecessary. And like, I say this every time I go on Twitter, but I genuinely will throw my phone into the sea from Santa Monica Beach the next time I'm in LA. There is no need for it. It is a fucking stupid brick of metal. Like, everything I need is on my laptop. I don't even have it connected to my messages, only my FaceTime, because no one FaceTimes me. So yeah, being off my phone, I was addicted to my phone. I won't even lie to you, like fully. But being off of it has been chef kiss, beautiful. I feel like I'm hermit, but not closing myself off, because I'm still like on socials every now and then. I'm still meeting with people. Like, so it's just a healthy like boundary for myself. What else have I been doing? Going out more. Like, I think the past 3 weeks, I went out by myself only, because I really needed to be that kind of hermit for a bit, because I was getting really overwhelmed, which was great. And listen, if it's not obvious, I love myself. I genuinely can't knock myself for anything. I can't. I used to be able to, definitely, and I can still look back and say many things, but now, So my own company is chef kiss, and that's how it should be. But I love going out by myself and doing my own thing. Watermelon is so good, guys. It's really hot. I'm like literally struggling. Woo! Oh god. Okay, sorry. And also because a lot of my friends were going through their exams. My uni finished a lot earlier than most, and we don't have exams. I was like, I'm just gonna take myself out. Like, I don't need to be in someone else's company to go out and just vibe. And I was writing my book, and like finally got out of my 1 year long creative fucking block. Like, dude, it was so nice. So nice to be writing again. But anyways, we'll talk about that another time or later, I don't know. But then my friends started coming out with their exams, and I've started to see people again, and it's been so nice catching up with the people that I love. Like, I saw my friend Kai, that was in my vlog, and that day was so good. But also like last week, I went out with just me and my mum, and I haven't done that in a long time because we haven't been able to, because everything's been shut. And it was so nice to just get out with her, and I felt like for the first time, it kind of felt like I was an adult, because I was able to have like adult conversations with her, just me and her, and go out and spend my own money. And I would have been able to do this like a year ago, but I couldn't because of the pandemic. It's been the first like time I've really felt like my age, and I guess around her. And so yeah, I've just isolated myself in a healthy way. I've set boundaries. I've gone out of my way to do things that I want to do, and that's just what's helping with going with the flow, and I highly recommend it. It's really hard when you feel like you don't have control, but the best way to deal with that is to control what you can. So controlling what you can is turning off my phone, speaking to very few people, doing, writing, going to a cafe to write, going out with people. Like, that's doing what you can, and it feels so freeing. It feels so good. And I don't know, I find myself in these rants, and I know what I'm saying, and I know what I feel, and I don't think there's ever a step-by-step guide to anything when it comes to your mental health, and it comes to things like letting go of control, like psychological things. There's no step-by-step. So I wanted to speak about like going hermit, but like in a sense loneliness, I guess. The first time that I turned my phone off a few weeks ago, it felt lonely. Not like I was setting boundaries or like it was for me. I don't know why, but it felt lonely. This time it has felt so much better, and I don't know why. I think it's because it was because I just needed it more. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm still talking to people, so maybe that's why. I don't know. Last time I didn't. I don't think I spoke to anyone. If you're feeling lonely, here are a few tips, I guess, because lonely is my middle name and has been like my entire life. The best thing to do is, if your company doesn't make you feel less lonely, cut it out, because they're not there for any other reason. That's the harsh fucking truth. If the people in your life don't make you feel less lonely, cut it out. And I'm not saying they're there for company's sake. If they're there for company's sake, that's just another reason to say bye-bye, But like, I said this to my friend yesterday. I have like 5 friends that I speak to about everything. They make me feel less lonely emotionally. I have loads of friends that I see in person that that make me feel less lonely physically, and that's also an amazing thing, because being alone physically is something that we've all experienced in this pandemic, and physical, I need that intimacy as well. Like, everyone needs that platonic physical intimacy as well. I mean, me and Kai literally kissed when we met, so I feel like there's only roughly 5 people I can speak to about my problems openly, and 5 people is great. It used to be like 1. So I'm very grateful for that, and I know most people won't even have that. But the important thing is that recently and throughout my entire life, I found it very easy, and have done so. Like, I cut off my friends that weren't good for me, or didn't make me feel happier in their presence, or completely comfortable or understood. And it's not like their job to understand me, you know, that's my therapist's job. But when you find a level of intimacy with friends, on an emotional level, it's really hard to go back to surface level friendships, you know? Like, the people I see in person who I don't talk to as much emotionally, it's not a surface level, because we love each other still, and we have the best times together, and make so many memories, and have so many jokes, and they're the people you go to feel lighthearted and happy, and when you want to have fun. But these people, you know, you just have different kinds of friendships, and the friendships that you should treasure the most is the one with yourself. That is something I have learned so much more in these past few weeks, which is probably another reason why I'm feeling so good. The emotional friendships, the high level of intimacy in the emotional sense with those that you can speak about those problems with and feel understood. And it takes a certain level of maturity. I have friends that are a little bit younger than me, and it is hard to speak to them because they're not immature, but they just haven't had their experience. And you know what, even people who are older than me don't have such experiences that I have, and that's life. We all have different paths and different stories and journeys, and so it just takes a level of maturity, and that's why you have to be very picky about who you keep in your company. And then you have the physical intimacy with friends, the fun, the laughter, the joy, the hugs, the kisses, the going out. There are different types of friendships, but you should never keep company for the sake of keeping company. I promise you that if you are holding on to someone that is toxic for you because you're scared, it's because you don't know who else will come along, whatever the reason is, I promise you, you're doing so much more harm to yourself. But just by dropping the few friends that I stopped talking to, and I outwardly said, like, I don't want to be friends anymore, and I gave my reason and apologized and whatever, but the second I did that, I felt so much better. I feel lighter. And I feel like my way of connecting with people is strengthening. Here's the thing, and this is another thing I wanted to speak about. I don't necessarily, when I was in a low place, I didn't agree with the fact that self-love is the answer to everything. And I still don't. I think you do need support from other people that love you, and there are other factors that come into it, but I think the word isn't self-love for me. For me, the word is more so acceptance, self-acceptance, but also acceptance of life and what it's bringing you. I think acceptance is the key to getting out of a rough patch and feeling better and living, essentially. It's just acceptance, not releasing control, more so releasing expectations, and not living in the past or the future. I know more people suffer from living in the past, but I really suffered with living in the future. It's very easy for me to let go of the past, and I don't know why. I more so find it hard to see where I'm going in the future. Living in the present has also been aided by being off my phone. I've lost like a sense of time, but not in an awful way. Like, days are slower, but days are also going by quickly, and it's good. because it feels like I'm doing things right with my time. And I mean, everyone feels bad when they're scrolling mindlessly on their phones, and it's not that you should feel bad, it's just like, if it stops you from doing things that you should be doing, that's when it's bad. If you're just bored and, you know, then it's fine. But I think the moral of this video is try staying off your phone for a bit and see what happens. Isolate yourself or set boundaries in a healthy way to really understand what it is you need in the present moment, and to learn to love your own company. Get rid of company if it's just there for the sake of being company. I'm still learning, you're still learning, everyone's gonna still be learning for the rest of their lives, and that's cool. I find that fun. Don't want to learn hard shit, I'm alright, I think I've gone through it, but I think it's just, I'm looking forward to living, which is new. The pandemic really fucked me up by the end of it. I was struggling. I highly recommend watching, what the fuck is wrong with me? I highly consider, highly recommend watching my other videos. If you're interested in turning off your phone or going off social media, watch my video. I turned off my phone for a week, here's what happened. Today is a new day and tomorrow isn't guaranteed. I go into more things into depth in these 3 videos. I think I'm going to start making videos on like manifestation and positive mindsets as well as like funny content and vlogs, and I'm even going to be doing tarot videos soon, you know, the whole shebang basically. I hope you guys have an amazing day. I love you lots, you're amazing, you are incredible, you are needed, you're cared for, I love you, and I hope to see you in my next video. Mwah.